Donkey Kong Jr. Is it good? No. So Donkey Kong Jr. was very similar to the first Donkey Kong, except this time you play as the titular character trying to save Donkey Kong, which I much prefer. In the last one you played as Mario in Donkey Kong, this time Jr. Love it. So the aim of this game, like the last one, is get to the top of the stage or put keys in a hole in order to try and save Donkey Kong. You do so by platforming, which feels fine with the running and jumping, but like the previous game, the falling is way too hard. Fall 1 centimeter and you will die. But the main attraction for this game is the metal looking tree vines that you have to climb in order to get to the top of the stage. But they're not easy. You'll have to avoid all sorts that are going up and down the vines, from tiny looking crocodile things, birds flying across them, so you have to be keeping an eye up, down, left and right while running through these stages. The vines are fun to use and you'll get used to knowing if you grab 2 vines at once you can go quicker, but this will put you at risk of being touched by an enemy because you're on 2 different locations, so it's risk reward. Do you want speed or do you want safety? And it was very satisfying to just whiz up and down and across on the vines. And mastering this was essential for later loops, especially on my second and third playthrough. Speaking of playthroughs, like the previous game, it's very short, and once you reach the end, you go back to the start, and you must do it again, but the enemies will be faster, there'll be more of them, and they'll have their slightly different routines. I thought this game was much harder than the first Donkey Kong. The soundtrack was mediocre, not-memorable, not one I'll be listening to, and like the last one, the graphics were also average, but you could tell what everything was, like the tiny crocodiles, Donkey Kong Jr. birds. I was never confused as to what something was. If you've got any friends, you can play this game, but like the last game again, it's not really a mode. It's one person dies, then the other person plays, they die, then you play. It's just making sure everyone gets a turn. I only came across one bug, and it was the ledge at the top of the first stage. Every time Donkey Kong Jr. would get stuck, which is dangerous when there's enemies coming towards you, but apart from that, it was pretty bug free. So even though I didn't love the game, I would still replay it, because it's so short. It's just a shame that if I do come back, it doesn't save your high scores, so you have to save that yourself personally on a piece of paper or on your phone. Anyway, that was Donkey Kong Jr., and I give it a 5 out of 10.